Welcome back to the channel, my friends, and thank you for tuning in once again. Today, we need to talk about a matter that cuts right into the heart of Nigeria's democracy, governance, and the very dignity of our nation. It is about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu asking Governor Sim Fubara to resume duties in Rivers State after a so-called resolution of the crisis between him and former governor, now FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. But what has sparked outrage across Nigeria isn't just the political drama itself. It is the reaction from human rights lawyer Inibehe Effiong, who didn't mince words when he called this entire episode a joke of a country. And honestly, when you peel back the layers, you begin to see exactly why he said that and why ordinary Nigerians should be deeply concerned about what this means for democracy and leadership in our country. Let's start with the facts. River State has been in turmoil for months now, caught in the crossfire of a power struggle between Governor Fubara and his political godfather Wike. Instead of focusing on governance, instead of prioritizing the people who voted for him, Fubara has been forced to fight for his political survival. At one point, his government was nearly paralyzed, the House of Assembly split into factions, and court orders flying everywhere. And what did the presidency do? Tinubu summoned both men to Abuja and announced a peace pact. That agreement included, among other things, a humiliating clause where the sitting governor was asked to reinstate lawmakers loyal to Wike and return to status quo, as if the mandate of the people in Rivers State is just some bargaining chip between Abuja power brokers. Now here comes the shocker. President Tinubu publicly asked Governor Fubara to resume his duties. Think about that for a second. A democratically elected governor, chosen by millions of Rivers people, being told by the president of Nigeria to resume his work as though he is a civil servant or a suspended local government chairman. That's why Inibehe Effiong lashed out, saying this entire episode shows the weakness of our institutions and exposes how Nigeria continues to operate like a feudal empire rather than a modern democracy. And he is right, because what does it say about Nigeria when the president has to call two political gladiators to Abuja, dictate terms, and then issue directives to a governor as though he is a subordinate? What does it say about our democracy when the federal government treats the will of the people like it doesn't matter? For everyday Nigerians, this is not just political drama. This is a reminder of how fragile our institutions are and how easily they can be bent by the whims of powerful men. Let me ask you this. Can you imagine the President of the United States telling a state governor, resume your duties, or the Prime Minister of Britain summoning a mayor and giving him an ultimatum? It doesn't happen because strong democracies respect the autonomy of elected offices. But here in Nigeria, governors, senators, judges, even INEC itself are often reduced to tools in the hands of powerful individuals. That is why corruption thrives. That is why service delivery fails. That is why, despite our immense resources, we remain stuck in poverty and dysfunction. The deeper meaning of all this is clear. Nigeria's democracy is still hostage to godfatherism and political puppeteering. Look at Rivers. Who is actually governing? Is it Fubara, the man the people voted for, or Wike, the man who controls the machinery? And when Tinubu steps in, is he defending the constitution or just trying to protect his political alliances? This is why so many Nigerians feel hopeless, because they see that their votes do not count as much as the backroom deals done in Abuja. But let's not just complain. Let's talk about the real consequences. When leaders are distracted by ego wars and power struggles, the people suffer. Roads remain bad. Hospitals remain underfunded. Teachers go unpaid. Floods destroy homes. Youths remain jobless. Investors run away because there is no political stability, and the cycle of poverty deepens. Rivers State should be one of the richest in Nigeria, blessed with oil and gas wealth. Instead, the people are watching their leaders fight like children over who controls the state assembly. That is the real tragedy. Now, what can we do about it? First, Nigerians need to stop normalizing this nonsense. We cannot just laugh it off and move on. We need to start asking hard questions. Why should the president interfere in a state matter? Why should political godfathers still hold such sway? Why do we not have laws that strengthen the autonomy of governors, local governments, and state assemblies? Civic consciousness begins when ordinary people stop clapping for politicians and start demanding accountability. Second, the media and civil society must keep raising their voices. If people like Inibehe Effiong had remained silent, this would have been swept under the carpet. But his outburst reflects the anger many Nigerians feel. We need more lawyers, activists, students, and workers to speak up, to challenge these anti-democratic tendencies. Social media is powerful. Let us use it not just for gossip and comedy skits, but to build awareness, to hold leaders accountable, and to rally for real reforms. Third, 2027 is around the corner. Nigerians, especially the youth, must prepare to take their destiny seriously. Enough of recycling old politicians who only care about themselves. Enough of being manipulated by ethnicity, religion, or stomach infrastructure. If we truly want change, we must unite around leaders who have vision, integrity, and courage. Leaders who will not be controlled by godfathers or bullied by Abuja. Leaders who see governance as service, not a power game. And let's not forget, solutions are possible. If we reform our constitution to reduce the overbearing powers of the federal government, states will have more autonomy, and governors will not have to run to Abuja every time there's a dispute. If we strengthen the judiciary and ensure independence of INEC, elections will reflect the true will of the people, not the manipulations of power brokers. And if Nigerians themselves refuse to sell their votes or bow to tribalism, we can gradually dismantle this system of godfatherism. My friends, Nigeria is not a hopeless country, but the truth is, we are running out of time. Every year of bad governance adds to the pain of ordinary citizens. Every power struggle at the top means more children dropping out of school, more mothers dying in childbirth, more young men fleeing the country in search of greener pastures. We cannot afford to keep quiet anymore. We cannot afford to keep treating politics like a spectator sport. It affects every aspect of our lives. So yes, Inibehe Effiong is right. It is a joke, but it is not a funny one. It is a tragedy of governance that we must confront head-on. The rivers crisis is not just about Fubara or Wike or Tinubu. It is about the soul of Nigeria's democracy. And the question is, will we, the people, rise up and demand better? Or will we continue to be ruled like subjects in a kingdom instead of citizens of a republic? If you are tired of this cycle, if you believe Nigeria deserves better, then you must do your part. Start by raising awareness. Talk to your friends, your family, your community. Challenge the old mindset that politics is a dirty game for politicians alone. It is about our future, and if we don't take it seriously, others will keep deciding for us. So, as we wrap up today's discussion, let me leave you with this call to action. Like this video if you believe Nigeria deserves leaders who respect the Constitution. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree with Inibehe Effiong that this is a joke of a country? Share this video widely so more Nigerians can wake up to what is really going on. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more bold, truth-centered content that speaks to the pain, the hope, and the future of our great nation. Together, we can awaken a new consciousness. Together, we can take back Nigeria.